The thing with McVay is this. You could argue it's one of the greatest, most challenging coaching jobs in the history of the NFL. And people are going to go, what? Well, think about it. Think what him and Les Snead have done. They completely mortgaged the future, supposedly. That's the narrative the NFL has put on them for sacrificing draft picks to get players on their roster now to then go win the game. I mean, they were ridiculed by quote-unquote experts in league circles. It's not the Parcellian way. It's not the Belichickian way. It's not the 49ers way. It wasn't the Cowboys way. It's their way. And a lot of people, I mean, there was a very strong narrative when they were 7-4 headed into week 13 that this was the wrong thing to do, because not only are they not going to get to the Super Bowl this year, but they have no chance in years to come because they have no draft capital. And everybody in the NFL, everybody, all your friends, all my friends say the same thing. Oh, build for the future. Set it up for the future. Why? Why, when you have Aaron Rodgers, don't you mortgage the future to get him players now, or Tom Brady or Matthew Stafford? There are certain moments where you're like, we have a very short window here, and we got to do it now. And they did it. They took a huge chance. And it worked. And there's a lot of people around league circles this morning that are pissed that it worked because their paradigm has been completely blown up. The Browns are set up forever with all this draft capital. Yep, they're sitting at home too. And they're probably going to be sitting at home next year. And they're probably going to be sitting at home the year after that with all this draft capital. So I think that for Sean McVay, he took a lot of criticism for that. But the hardest thing is this, the personalities. The personalities in that locker room, OBJ, Von Miller, Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald, Matthew Stafford, go on and on and on. And to get all these big personalities, all this star power to come together, and if I say this all the time, look at what they talked about when the game was over. They didn't talk about, we had more talent. They talked about coming together, being selfless, cheering for one another, being happy for one another, doing the hard little things day in and day out, the grind things, all the stuff that never gets talked about, but all the stuff that really matters. Sean McVay is the catalyst for all that. He's the one that brought them all together. He's the one that messaged it. He's the one that built the culture that OBJ can walk into as a supposedly disgruntled diva wide receiver and be everything but that. That is a massive, massive thing that really, really matters. And Sean McVay did it. And then you got to think about this. Go back to these coaches that won championships. Belichick, Parcells, Walsh, Jimmy Johnson. They didn't have the pressure of social media. They didn't have every single thing you do being blown up out there and, 10x the drama to it because everybody's seeing what's going on in your room. I mean, he's had to deal with a modern media machine and social media with all the negative narratives against how they're doing it, balancing all these personalities, being 7-4 leading into week 13, taking all the heat, and then guess what they do? They win 9 out of 10, and they didn't do it glamorously. They did it gritty. And I think it's one of the greatest coaching jobs we've ever seen.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.